Bernard Hopkins looks set to have his final fight. I mean, that's what they're calling it. I don't know if it really will be, but they have dubbed it the final one. The tickets for the fight will go on sale on October 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And the fight itself will take place on December 17th and will be televised live on HBO Championship Boxing. Hopkins will be squaring off against light heavyweight contender Joe Smith Jr. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Joe Smith Jr., his last fight was against Andre Fonfara, a fight in which he was the underdog but ended up knocking Fonfara out in one round. It was an upset, a surprise. Most people expected Fonfara to deal with Joe Smith Jr. without too much trouble. This is a fight, even at 50 or 51 years old, whatever Hopkins is at the moment, that is within his reach of winning. Hopkins hasn't fought since taking that beating off Kovalev, and I think that the beating that Kovalev put on him took a lot out of Hopkins, not only physically, and I've mentioned in a previous video how I think Hopkins' speech has actually deteriorated since that Kovalev fight. But not only physically, I also think the Kovalev took a lot out of him mentally. I think it really hurt his ego and his pride because, yes, he's lost before prior to fighting Kovalev, but he's never been manhandled and beaten up the way Kovalev beat him up. So I think that would have really hurt his pride and his ego. Hopkins is a very proud man. He's an alpha male type guy. So that kind of humiliating loss would have taken its toll on him, in my opinion. But with all that being said, you look at Joe Smith Jr., he is a young fighter, yes. He's strong, he's big, but he's technically quite poor. He's rudimentary. He's certainly nowhere near the level in terms of ring craft and skill of Sergey Kovalev. I think Hopkins still has what it takes. If he's even 70% of what he was against Kovalev or against Shumanov, then I think he'll be able to beat Joe Smith Jr. So it's really about father time. Certainly the Hopkins who fought the likes of Calzaghe, even when he fought Jean Pascal first time, I think he would absolutely wipe the floor with Joe Smith Jr. Hopkins says he's going for a KO in this fight. I think that's just bravado. I can't see him knocking Joe Smith Jr. out. When's the last time Hopkins actually knocked somebody out? A very, very long time ago. So no, I can't see Hopkins knocking Smith Jr. out. But if he's, like I say, if he's anything like he was in the first Pascal fight or even in the Kovalev fight, he beats Joe Smith Jr. But we don't know what he's going to be like. He's been out a long time. The Kovalev fight was a while ago. Has he been training in the interim? Has he been soul searching? What's he been doing? Layoffs in boxing tend to hurt older fighters more than younger fighters, in my experience. A young guy can take a year out, and because he's still in his athletic prime, he can come back and get the wheels in motion again fairly quickly. But an older guy, when he takes time out, the body deteriorates a lot more rapidly. The reflexes and what have you, it all deteriorates far quicker when you're an older fighter, particularly the age of Hopkins. I mean, the guy is what? Over 50 years old now. So long layoffs are not a good thing for anybody, you know, unless you're injured or very tired. They're not good for anybody, but particularly a very old fighter. Anyway, let me know what you think of this fight here, people. Maybe I'm not giving Joe Smith Jr. enough credit. Maybe he's actually better than I'm making him out to be. I think he's very strong. He can punch, obviously. But even in that first round against Fonfara was getting the better of it until he got caught. I think Fonfara was clearly looking like the better schooled of the two. So, I don't know. Just my opinion. Leave your opinions in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about this fight. How's it going to go? Will Hopkins win? Etc., etc. All right? It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.